Greetings and welcome back to yet another episode of the Daily Run, and today we're playing as Samson. And Samson is just one of those characters which I don't like that much to play, just because of his irregular high shot speed, which I think, at least for me, makes it harder to aim and kind of kill enemies with. Just in general, I don't like items or tiers that just go straight or straighter than what I'm used to, I guess, because I feel like it's very hard to deal with enemies if you have to face them head on and not you can't angle your shots. I think just in general it makes the game more fun and interesting if you can actually hit enemies like a little bit around the corners. This room had no right to be as hard as it was. I make some nice dodges at the start, but due to combination of the flaming hoppers and the fires that shoot you, I just get hit him inevitably. And sadly, the big guy left a fire behind, and for some reason I thought it was just like a cosmetic thing, like it can hurt me, but obviously, of course, every fire hurts you in this game, except if it's yours. And that's, I think, where I was going with it. The latest DLC introduced a nifty feature. Whenever there's creep on the floor and you finish the room, the creep instantly disappears. So, I have this thing in mind where I feel like if I just kill the room, all the threats in the room are gone, and then I can do whatever. And that kind of messed me up there. Also, that room, like I said, had no right to be as hard as it was, because I could, if I knew or maybe had a little bit better reflexes when I entered the room and I kind of scanned it and saw what's going on. It's very possible to kind of trick enemies into suiciding themselves on the fire. If you just walk right or in the opposite direction of they're going, if you kind of force them to make the path through the fire, that's a good way of getting them killed. But yeah, like I said, sadly I didn't manage to do it on this run. I actually did it on my practice run, but this run wasn't meant to be. But of course, in practice run I knew which room was coming, so I could have kind of adjusted for that. And in this run I wasn't like totally sure what's going to happen when I enter that room. Either way, we go to quite a combination of items. First of all, we had the Satanic Bible, which gives us a black heart every 6 rooms, which is just like an additional health, which is always useful, it's a good item. Then I picked up Book of Shadows. I always overstate how good Book of Shadow is in dailies, because you can do so much with it, especially if you have an orbital. And then I actually picked up Shub the Whoop, which is, Book of Shadows gives you invisibility for like a few seconds every 3 rooms, and Shub the Whoop just fires a brimstone every 2 rooms. It's like a temporary brimstone, I guess. Brimstone on demand is maybe the best term for it. But yeah, Book of Shadows, I didn't take it for a few reasons. First of all, we are Samson and we kind of want to take damage, just in general, because it increases our damage for the floor. And Shub the Whoop is gonna be very useful for us on the boss rush, because first of all, of course, it's gonna be useful for us just in general as well, because you can use it every second room and, it deals quite a high amount of damage. But on boss rush especially, because every wave of boss rush gives you 2 charges, it means that we can use our Shub the Whoop, the item we have now, basically every two bosses we kill, and that just allows us to kind of chain kill together and do boss rush very fast. And because our damage stacks for only 1 floor, our plan is to kind of take intentional damage, that's what I wanted to say, on the mount floor, so we get absurdly high damage for boss rush, and then that means that every charge of Shub the Whoop is just gonna kill 2 bosses instantly, and like I said, that's gonna help us kill boss rush very fast. And Book of Shadows, of course, we don't have an orbital which we can utilize it with, and if you do come across a blood bank, like I said, we don't want to use a shield to play it, but we want to get damage intentionally, so our damage is higher, so then we can, of course, clear more rooms faster. Thankfully, that was the only strategic decision in this run, I guess. It wasn't a very difficult run to play, just in case. It was very skill-based, this one, at least from the perspective. I feel like the ones which will do the best are definitely the ones which will take the least amount of damage. And for some reason, the past few days I've been in kind of a slump, just with dailies, not as much as getting hit as just making tiny mistakes here and there. And they're not like catastrophic mistakes, like something that a beginner would make, but they're just like mistakes on the last floor, maybe that the difference between me being like 20th or me being like in the 500th place. Like in this run, it's a good example. If I didn't do what I did, I would have gotten a much better score. And you know, maybe that's just because my schedule is a bit messed up as of lately, and I'm hoping now that I kind of get back in the groove with it, you know, that it's kind of reset, that I'll be able to play a bit better. Because when I started the series, I had a few very good runs, and you know, the past 3 days, I've been dying. Granted, there were some very difficult dailies that had no right to be as difficult as they were, but you know, that's not an excuse. I know I can do them well just because, you know, I always go into practice mode later when I kind of rest a bit, and I usually do them with very good scores. But yeah, like I said, in this particular one, I just hope that in general my dailies will be a bit better from now on, now that I, you know, in a few days maybe, when I kind of recuperate and get my strength and will back. Back to topic, we can see that Shoop the Whoop is so useful here. It just melts bosses, and our strategy kind of worked exactly how we wanted it to work. We got the Blood Bank on this floor, which we played a few times, which increased our damage to the maximum. And because we can use it every 2 bosses or every wave, then of course we can just chain it together and just complete it super fast. And that boss rush was done in like 2 minutes or 3 minutes. Which, as you might know, you know, it's a pretty good time for a boss rush. The longest time that what usually takes on boss rush are the death animations, which can be quite annoying if you're kind of, you know, trying to go fast, but that's how it is. No, I wish that animations would kind of take longer, especially if there's more bosses, but that's what can I do. You can see my god tier strategic play here, trying to get 2 bombs out for the price of 1. I already wasted 1 bomb, and I'm like, okay, if I use this bomb, then at least I'll recuperate what I lost. But of course I mess it up, and I get no bombs. I waste 2 bombs instead of getting 1 or even wasting none. So yeah, it would have definitely been better for me not to make that play. I was really kind of trying to get more bombs, because there's so many potential rooms where the second secret room could be here. I didn't know how to approach it, you know, like, I didn't know where to place the bomb to have a guaranteed, so I just wanted to have as many bombs as possible, because it's at this stage that we really need to find second secret room. You can see this room was just unfortunate. I don't know how I'm supposed to dodge that, but, you know, that's what happens sometimes, you know. Isaac is a game with a lot of damage taken, but we still have a lot of health, so it's okay. I was talking about the bombs. I really want to find second secret room, just because I do want a chance to find an AWAS rune or something like that, because this is the last floor officially, unless we find a way to go deeper via the AWAS rune or the shovel or anything like that. Thankfully this room does have a sacrifice room, and as you might know, that thing hit me once, and what ends up happening, check this out. I have 4 health, I get hit, okay, I get the health back, that's great, right? Okay, that's great, I'm gonna have 2 health. Nope, of course, Troll Bomb gets into me. It's okay, I still have 1 heart remaining. I don't have it because I picked it up before I stepped into spikes, and that messed me up. And then, of course, because it's a small room, the angel shoots a fire, which kills me. Ah, man. You can see my rank was 500th or so. But if you manage to get through that, and actually we would manage to beat the lamp in the dark room, I'm pretty sure we would be. I guarantee that it would be in the top 100th, but I'm pretty sure we would be even higher, because, you know. But that's just how things go, you know. Sometimes you're gonna get stuck in a small room with an angel, and he's gonna shoot holy lights at you, and you won't be able to do anything. Either way, guys, I thank you for watching, and I hope to see you next time.